Today, we're going to talk about a story you might not find in the headlines, the Nigerian Civil War, but seen through the eyes of the children who lived through it. This is all based on a powerful documentary script that gathers the memories of the children of Biafra. And really, this story starts and ends with them. Kids who were way too young to grasp the politics or the reasons for war, but were old enough to carry its deepest scars. You see, their world wasn't about strategy or borders. It was about much, much simpler things.
So let's go back to 1967, before everything changed. Life wasn't measured in big events or news headlines. It was measured by the senses. A world of simple, everyday things that made you feel safe, that made you feel like you were part of a community.
Just try to imagine it. The air filled with that earthy, kind of sweet smell of roasting yams. That wasn't just dinner cooking. That was the smell of home. It was the smell of routine, of knowing everything was okay. And then there was the sound. You know, that constant, vibrant hum of the local market? Yeah, sure, it was a place to buy and sell things, but it was so much more. It was the sound of community, of conversation. It was the sound of life itself. And for a kid, maybe the most important thing of all was that feeling of absolute safety. The simple comfort of standing in your mother's shadow on a hot day. That feeling, that was the foundation their entire world was built on. And then it all just stopped. The change didn't come with some big declaration on the radio. It was something way more subtle, way more chilling. It was a sudden, unnatural silence. So this next part of their story, it's about that exact moment. The moment the word war stopped being an idea and became a terrifying, loud, physical thing. Just to give you a quick bit of context, the war officially went from 1967 to 1970, 3 years. Now that might not sound like a long time to us, but for a child, that is an eternity. An entire chunk of your childhood defined by conflict. You know, the first sounds of war, they weren't even scary to the kids. They were just curious. They'd run outside, pointing at the planes, thinking it was just a really weird storm. But their parents knew better. They weren't looking up at the sky. They were looking for a place to hide. And right there, in that single moment of contrast, a child's curiosity meeting a parent's pure terror, everything changed. That was it. That was the moment innocence just evaporates, replaced by this cold understanding that the world is no longer safe. The fighting was one terrible part of the war, but for the children, the enemy they faced every single day, the one that never went away, was something else. It was the devastating famine caused by the blockade. That everyday abundance